Madre Nelly. Farón de Dios. Dirty Young Z3. Alright, that's that hocus pocus. How I'm floating on the ocean, toasting while I'm on the boat and rolling while I'm on the motion. Alright, that's that hocus pocus. That's that hocus pocus. Roll up, that's that hocus pocus. That's that hocus pocus. Alright, that's that hocus pocus. How I'm floating on the ocean, toasting while I'm on the boat and rolling while I'm on the motion. Alright, that's that hocus pocus. That's that hocus pocus, roll up, that's that hocus pocus, huh? That's that hocus pocus, not in the mood, head in the brew, nothing to do, back to the stew. Baby girl, you know that I'm banging with you, but you did me dirty and that wasn't cool. Back to the hood, back to the zoo, so I ate animals, what could I do? Focus on me, not focus on you. Manifest magic, so how could I lose? Barely asleep, what time to snooze? Follow the hints, leaving you clues. Every tree of knowledge manifest fruit. Did my riches, so I'm eating this food. Can't up my dividend, he not equivalent, never was same. Name is not synonym, we are not cool. No, I'm not friend of him, talked out of tone, so I got rid of him. Call me, put him with chopping and burning them. Yes, we did start off talking about secrets and why secret societies exist. I want to keep it going. I want to start talking about the categorization of these secret societies themselves, because there's different categories in which secret societies, fall up under. So let's jump right into it, okay? So, within these videos, I will be talking about, different secret societies from different timelines, how they're related to each other, and what they have in common with each other. But first, let's go over these categories. All right, so again, I'm gonna jump right into it. Now, we have fraternal secret societies. Now, many secret societies, of course, notably the Masons, right? But only admit men, okay? But there are other fraternal secret societies that do admit women. But let's jump back in. Now, in this sense, fraternal is used in a wider sense of encouraging interpersonal bonding, okay, between the members of the group, not just any old body. It's interpersonal bonding between the members of the group for the purpose of mutual support, protection, understanding, and whatever their gender is, that's what they use it for, all right? Now, the Masons traditionally put much emphasis on the moral virtues of the fellow feeling, all right? Now, it is an end to itself, but the fraternal societies often expressed this in practical terms as well, all right? Now, for instance, taking collections to support the sick, or helping, like, the women that lost their husbands, the widows, putting up collections to help the widows, fundraising, all right? Now, the Oddfellows, which were a secret society, they were a quasi-Masonic secret society, an exact. And it was, once widespread in the Anglo-Saxon world, but they combined trade union-like functions with insurance services for their members, okay? Doesn't that sound so similar to what we do today, have insurance, unions. But anyway, the Masons themselves claimed descendants from the medieval guilds that actually used those practices and functions. All right, so let's break that down. Now, we had these Oddfellows, a quasi-Masonic secret society that was once widespread in the Anglo-Saxon world, in Europe, okay? They combined trade, so they used trade, selling things and getting things, okay? They also use insurance services, okay? Insuring something that you own for their members only, all right? Now, isn't that quite similar to if you have Allstate? If you are an Allstate member, you can be insured for your car, home, or whatever. If you are a Geico member, you can be insured for whatever, but you have to be a member. Now, right back to it, literally the Masons, they claim themselves descendants of the medieval guilds that had these similar functions, and that's why these functions are literally instituted into the government we live by today, all right? But let's move on, because there are different types of categories. Now, the next category, which is category 2, we're going to talk about is religion. Now, this is one of the ones that I want to give some time on, because, again, I always give a disclosure. I mean to offend no one, and I have no disrespect. No disrespect, okay? However, I just want to state the facts. These things are actually proven. Go do your research, okay? Because what I'm saying is coming from my consciousness, and it's meant to elevate you, but it's up to you to how you perceive it. Now, religion, number 2. Now, some secret societies explore or emphasize the mainstream religion along more or less orthodox lines. Okay, now many Neo-Templars, that's how it started with the Neo-Templars, and explicitly the Christians, also the Catholics, they were the ones that used it, and also assassins used it. But the assassins, they practiced an Islamic sect of religion. All right, I'm going to talk about that a bit later. I'm going to give it a whole lot of time. I'm going to do a whole video on it. But let's go on to 3. All right, category 3, which is mystical. All right, now many secret societies concern themselves with religion, philosophic hunts in a very heterodox fashion. Okay, now they focus on the direct personal experience of divine, whatever you can call spirits, but they also focus on complex metaphysics. Okay, now these can be categorized as mystical or distinguished from different societies with more mainstream religious concerns. However, period, it is mystical. Okay, mystics, mystical. Now, category 4, let's talk about esoteric. Now, I think I mentioned exoteric before in the last video, but right now we're going to talk about esoteric, not to be confused with exoteric. Okay, now esoteric is societies that are based around a loosely defined set of teachings. Okay, now these teachings can include Pythagoras, about the Pythagorean theory, right, with triangles and everything. Plato. There are philosophers who literally developed their work on Hermetic lore. They focused on alchemy. They also focused on Kabbalah too as well. Now, they use symbolic architecture. Again, sacred geometry, geomancy. They also use mathematics, all right, which was math. It was introduced in a certain time frame, and I will break that down in later videos as well, how mathematics was literally instituted into society. At first, it was shunned as magic, but then it was instituted into society. But I will break that down as well, give that a whole lot of focus on another video, all right? But yes, let's reiterate. So we had certain philosophers like Pythagoras, Plato, who developed their work on Hermetic lore, alchemy, Kabbalah, and also they used symbolic architecture, and they also used mathematics. Another thing that a lot of people use was tarot. I don't know if you know what that is, but that's like, the practice of, it's a magical practice of pretty much the constellations of the stars and the tarot card readings and your sign, your literal sign. But let's move on. Now, generally, they can be said to reveal inner or hidden teachings of philosophy, mathematics, history, and science, but they are not taught by conventional schools or thought, okay? So, esoteric here is closely related to both mystical and occult. Now, we're going to go over occult soon, probably next, if I'm not mistaken, because they have, like I said, these secret societies were pretty similar in some ways, and we're going to go over how they were similar through these categories, okay? All right, so let's move on. That was 4, esoteric, and we're going to move on to 5, occult. Now, occult simply means hidden, okay? But in this context, it refers to the use of esoteric and mystical teachings. Okay, so occult, we're going to use it here for secret societies as a combination of esoteric and mystical teachings. Okay, now let's keep on going. Now, the teachings is to pursue an operative, okay, the application of mystical and esoteric theory. Okay, occultism includes all of the same topics as esotericism together with psychic and paranormal powers, magic, and supernatural powers. Spiritualism to contact with the dead as well. Now, as this category occult is closely related to esoteric and magical, let's know that we're going to use this as its own category. And this category is occult. Remember, an esoteric secret society can be esoteric. But if you have an occult society, they could be esoteric and they could be mystical. All right? So in other words, we can have a society, one society could just be esoteric and do certain rituals that they do. And then a cult, we can have an occult society, another secret society that's an occult, and they could be literally doing paranormal practices along with those same rituals, you know, that's giving them psychic and paranormal powers. So let's move on. We want to move on to 6, and that's magical secret societies. Okay, now magical can mean the application of a supernatural power, as in witchcraft or in, you know, Satanism, or it can mean a natural magic as well, which is literally means the application of the secret knowledge of earth magic and how to control nature. All right, I'm going to give that its own topic later on too, because they are completely different types of magic. All right, so let's break that down again. Magic can mean the application of supernatural powers, as in witchcraft or in Satanism, or, you know, dark witchcraft, or it can mean natural magic, which is the application of knowledge of the secrets of the law of nature, or earth magic, to manipulate and to control nature as a form of a paranormal technology. Okay? Okay. So that's one way that a magical secret society could use their magic. In a couple ways, actually. Or it can mean the art and science of changing consciousness through the application of the will, your willpower. Now, magical secret societies are those who use occult technologies and occult techniques to pursue magic, particularly the latter definition. All right? Now, particularly to change the art and science of consciousness. All right? Particularly. Now, magical societies also fall into the category of occult. So if you are a magical secret society, that you are automatically an occult. But let's move on, okay? Next, this is a secret society type. This next one, which is 7, is this type of secret society that a lot of people that we know, a lot of people that we come to know and love. That term "love" is a term that I don't like to use that much, but I can use it in this sense. We lost a lot of people to these type of societies. This type of society still exists. We see their commercials all the time. Okay? Now, number 7, the secret society that I want to talk to you about is paramilitary. Now, secret societies that use violence or force or strength of arms to achieve their ends, or specifically include warriors, and their members are categorized as paramilitary. Okay? We have current paramilitary forces that's in this world that slip under the radar as not secret societies because they're not secret. There's a whole lot of secret societies out here that's not secret at all. But there are different chapters. And we went over that in the last video. I'm not going to go over it again. There are different chapters within these secret societies that are paramilitary and exploit their power. But let's move on. Now, we have paramilitary societies that are very highly known of, and that's especially in film, like the Knights Templar, okay? And they were created to be a society of warriors. We also know about secret paramilitary societies like monks, or groups with paramilitary activities or arms like the assassins in the early triads, okay? So, these are things that's known already. But we're going to move on to category 8, all right? And that is criminal secret societies. Yeah, you heard me right. Criminal secret societies. Now, secret societies that are concerned with illegal activities, either for personal profit or for the benefit of the group, are categorized as criminal.
period. So if you have a society and you know, I hope no one has this, but if you just want to just blow up a whole city, that's your goal of your society, then you are most definitely a criminal secret society. But let's just move on. So the next category that we have is category 9, and that is political secret society. Okay, now this category includes secret societies set up to pursue a specific political agenda, period. Okay, the agenda could be for a sole reason of existence of the society, or it could be for a political domination alongside with the other pursuits, where mystical or criminal agenda also serves as advance or ideology or political goal. All right, so let's break that down. So it's a couple of different categories that was brought up in this category itself. A few rather. So let me see. We got this political secret society here, right? And this political secret society could just be, you know, just to pursue the specific political agenda to get in their seat of whatever they want to do, right? Their goals. However, there are other political secret societies that exist for the sole purpose of making other political dominations alongside with theirs, where they pursue mystical and criminal agendas, all right? And it all serves to advance their ideology for their political goal, all right? Now, for example, we had in history the pre-Nazis, okay, the Neo-Templars, which they were called. They were also called the Ordo Novi Templi, okay, or the Order of the New Temple, or most commonly known as ONT. Now, they were concerned with a mystical interpretation of history and occult, which means the bringing of history to life. But it also served and developed to promote the fascist ideology with definite political ends. Now, that was the literal cause and creation that supported the actual Nazi regime that we know to be under Hitler, okay? That whole ideology is what supported the birth of Hitler in his fashion, okay? But we're talking about the neo-Nazis, which were the Knights of the New Temple, okay? The neo-Nazis, the Ordo Novi Templi, Order of the New Temple, ONT. So that's political, and that's an example of a political secret society that birthed multiple others, okay? Now, we're going to be going over a lot of these videos, and I hope that you have gained a better understanding and that you comprehend better the different categories of these secret societies, so that in the next videos, when we go over these secret societies, you can acknowledge and understand where they fall under, okay? Thanks a lot, everybody, for watching. Make sure that you like the video, subscribe, listen to the music. It's fire. All right. If I could keep disobeying on, they live like a rise. Fashion tsunami that's taking over the tide, but it's not physical and mentally took over my mind. Thoughts in my head, yeah. Thoughts in my head, I got thoughts in my head. Thoughts in my head, yeah. Thoughts in my head, I got thoughts in my head. Angels in my head, devil wings on my shoulder. Work in the bag, 38 in the holster. Dark Knight of Philly and alliance with the Joker. Told him it was magic, niggas spitting hocus pocus. Invisible fortress, made your lenses out of focus. Creating subspecies infected with halitosis.
Toaster. Manufacturing, I roaster, and I pop it like a till I place you in that toaster. Serve you with some coffee, add some sugar, lots of mocha. And I'm reading every hand, it's like I play the game of poker. Thoughts in my mind, the rocks inflicting inside. If I should keep this so vain, I only live by Categorized. Flashing tsunami to taking over the tide, but it's not physical, but mentally took over my mind. Thoughts in my head, thoughts in my head, yeah. Thoughts in my head, I got thoughts in my head. Thoughts in my head, thoughts in my head, yeah. Thoughts in my head, I got thoughts in my head.